Hello everyone, this is Venu. So I'm a freelance technical trainer. In this session, I'm going to teach about code beta questions and solutions. What is prime Fibonacci here? Prime Fibonacci means it is the combination of a prime and a Fibonacci series. So we have to display all the prime numbers. Fibonacci formula means what? Generally, Fibonacci series is consisting of initially 0 and 1. Okay, and the 0 and 1 basically, if you see the Fibonacci series, it's consisting of input, the first and the second value is 0 and 1, and after then sum of this 0 and 1 will be 1, and sum of 1 1 is 2, like 1 2 3, like we will get the series is the resultant will be the sum of its preceding numbers, sum of its preceding numbers, like so in the place of this 0 and 1, in the place of 0 and 1, okay, we have to implement prime numbers, we have to take some prime numbers, and that is here prime Fibonacci series. Okay, let us see the question first of all. So here the question is it will give first two numbers n1 and n2. These are the input. Okay, so between these two numbers, first so find the prime numbers between n1 and n2. So first of all, okay, first of all, we have to find out the prime numbers between n1 and n2. After then, what we have to do, we can make all possible unique combinations of the numbers from the list of prime numbers. Okay, okay, from the list of prime numbers. See, I want to give one simple example. If suppose I'm taking here two numbers, like between 2 to 10, I'm giving some prime numbers, like 2 and 3, 5, 7, okay, 7 only. So now between 2 and 10 are my inputs. These are my inputs. Between these, I'm having the numbers here 2, 3, 5, 7. These are the prime numbers. Okay. But see, between these prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7 are there. And we have to make, we have to represent possible unique combinations of the numbers from the list. So what are the combinations of a possible combination of these prime numbers here? Like 2 is combined with 3, you will get 23, 25. Okay, 25, but 25 is not a prime number. Okay, and like this 27, 27 is also not prime number. Okay, so we have to, first we have to form a combination like 23, 25, 27, after then 32. Okay, and 32 and the 33 is not possible here. Don't take duplicates, don't take the number uh, combined with itself here. So that is why I'm taking 32, after then 35 and 37. So 37. So like this, next possibility is what? 52, 52, 52. Okay, 52. And next one is the next one is 52. After 52, the next one is after 52. Next is 53 and 57. So these are the scenarios here: 23, 25, 53, 57. These are the possibilities of numbers, and from these possibilities, and we need unique combination. Sometimes you may chance of get any duplicates, remove those duplicates, and find out all the prime numbers of these combinations. Say 23 is the prime. Okay, and what about 25? No, it's not. 27 is not. 32 not. 35 no. 37 yes. 52 no. 53 yes, and 57 no. So like this, okay, we can find out all the prime numbers after combining all the uh, prime numbers between these two ranges. If after combining we will get this, and we will also verify, we have to remove the duplicates as well as if compulsory, it must be a prime number. It's other than prime number, we don't include. Okay. And after getting this here from the new list, okay, this is the list actually. From this here, we have to find out all the prime numbers, and okay, from that prime numbers, make take one a least prime, and one is the one smallest number, and another one is the largest number. Okay, and take one smallest and largest number. Okay, from the this list here. So smallest is 23, the largest is 53. So assume these two are the inputs of your Fibonacci series. Okay, assume these two are the inputs of your Fibonacci series. Now tell me here 23. Now tell me 23 and 50, 23 and the 53 are my, okay, the two inputs here, x1 and x2. X1 and x2, x1 and x2 are two inputs here, 23 and 53. So these are the inputs of Fibonacci. And now, okay, these are the two inputs here. But up to where I have to print this Fibonacci series, that is nothing but range. That is nothing but the n value. It's nothing but here we have how many number of terms we have to represent in Fibonacci. So that is why. So after getting this list here, after completion of this list here, how many number of how many number of primes that will be available in your second list here, and that many terms we have to print. Okay, that is good. So finally here our requirement is we don't want print all the series. So we want to print okay, the range here. If suppose range is some it's having only 5 members, so I want to get only the fifth Fibonacci term, the fifth Fibonacci terms. So like this, um, we can print the output. The expected output is see the scenario. So first of all, after getting the list here, find the smallest number and largest number, and also count the list, and consider the smallest and largest number as this. And to generate the Fibonacci series, till the count the number of primes in the list here. So that means what here? The count is nothing but number of primes in the list here. Okay, but we are printing a last number of Fibonacci series as output. We don't want print all the Fibonacci series terms here. We want print only the last number of Fibonacci series. Okay, so the constraints are this here. N1 is 2. Okay, N1 is okay, the value 2 is less than or equal to N1, and N2 less than or equal to 100. These are the constraints here. And N2 minus N1. So between these here, N2 minus N1, it should be greater than or equal to 35. Okay, it should be less than or equal to 35. So see here, N1 should be okay, like you can take here the prime number. Generally, we have the range are nothing but here N1 and N2 are this here 2 and 100. So now I'm giving here my input is 2 and 40. 2 and 40. So 2 and 40 means what? These are the two in ranges here, 2 and between 2 and 40. So first of all, I want to get the prime numbers like this. I'm getting the prime numbers, and after forming all the prime numbers with this list here, I'm getting these are the combination of all the primes here. Okay, so now okay, from this one, okay, we have to here this is the combination of all the prime list. And after getting this here, what we have to do, we have to find out which is the prime number. Okay, so here in this list all numbers are not prime. See 25, is it prime? Not. So again we have to do some implementations on the existing list here and make them into second prime list. So after getting this list here, after getting this, it is the completely, it's a non-duplicate, and each and every term in the list is prime number. So each and every one. Now in this case, see, these are how many total prime numbers in the list here. That is totally 34 here. So what is the last Fibonacci? That is the 34 Fibonacci number I need. So my smallest number is 23 and largest number is 3719. Give these two inputs are the Fibonacci inputs, and like this is x1 and this is like 0 and this is like 1. And after then these, if we are giving these two inputs the Fibonacci series, we are printing the Fibonacci series. But we don't want print the complete series here, we want only the 34th Fibonacci number. So now if you pass these two as a input of Fibonacci series, then the 34 Fibonacci series term is this. Okay, 34 is, so this is the expected output. So the first thing is that the input is 2 and 40 and expected output is this. This is the 34th 34th Fibonacci series. See, if you observe this output is nothing but it is the more than the range of integer generally. So that is why, so we have to follow some constraints. And this is the first prime list. And now after doing okay, some modifications with this here, we have to provide some combination of all the possibilities of a combination of all the numbers are this. And again we have to verify, we have to remove all duplicates, and removing find out only prime numbers from the existing list, and that is this. And from this, select minimum and max, and that is the input of Fibonacci series, and find out the how many number of terms here totally. If you count all these here, 34. So that is why the 34th Fibonacci series we are required, and that is this. And similarly, I want to give one more example. See, if my input is 30 and 70, then the output is this. So what are the first prime list? It's consisting of these inputs here. The first prime list is consisting of these prime numbers here. From this we will get the from this here we will get the uh, second directly. I am doing some implementation with, and this is the finalized list here. From this, find out one minimum and maximum number, and count total. These are total 14. Now we require 14 Fibonacci number, that is 202741. Okay, 2027, and this. So see, the question is here. I think n1 it should be greater than or equal to 2, and n2 is less than or equal to 100. Then we have to subtract here. So already we are printing first and last, so that is why I'm doing here this. So n1 value is greater than or equal to, and n2 is less than this. Okay, and anyway, and finally see the code of this program. See the code of this. And to implement this, so to implement this, first of all, what is the first thing we have to do here? I'm including error file stdio.h. Okay, so after then main section, and next return 0. Return 0. Okay, the first thing is that I want to give so I want to give input. My inputs are n1 and n2. That is between those only we have to give the values here. Between those only we have to form the prime numbers. So that is why. So what I am doing here. So I am taking two numbers here, n1 and n2. Okay, these are the inputs, and I have to read. I have to read these two inputs here: percentage d, comma ampersand n1 comma ampersand n2. Okay. Now, so what is my intention? The first thing is that I have to print all the prime numbers between these two, okay, between these two ranges. So that is why. So I want to take, so that is why what I am doing here. I want to take a functions like here. Its return type is int. The name of the function is same. I'm taking is prime. Okay, is prime, and it is having okay, some argument here. Okay, it is having some argument here. So I have to pass some argument, and whether we have to verify and that is prime or not. So for that reason, uh, for that reason, for that reason, so for that reason, so I'm taking here some index I. For the reason I'm taking I. Okay, of course I want to take another variable call. Okay, so now I'm taking here flag equal to 1. So I'm declaring when integer I and the flag equal to 1. So after then take the index here I, take the index here I equal to 2. I'm taking here I less than or equal to n by 2 of the iterations and incrementing the I. So if the condition when, so there is a number that is divisible with this n means, so it is having more than, it is having more than 2 factors. So that means immediately changing flag to 0 and write here break. Okay. So after completion of this, flag equal to, if flag equal to 1, so I am returning 1. That means if flag equal to 1, it is the prime number. So return 1. Otherwise, return 0. Okay. Now, see, and after this here, again I am taking the same index variable I, and my ranges are I starts from n1 and I less than or equal to n2 and I plus plus. So if is prime of, just I am calling I. So now first of all I have to print all the prime numbers between the list. So that is why directly I am writing print a percentage d comma I, that's all. So I want to verify we are getting all the prime numbers between the list or not. So want to save the program here. Now compile and run the program. So now here I'm giving two inputs 2 and 40. Then see, the first thing, you will get all the prime numbers between these two range. Okay, you will get all the prime numbers between the two numbers. Okay, now it's correct. So after this, see, what is the first thing we have to do here? I'm getting this first prime list. So utilizing these form this many number of prime numbers, this many of numbers. Okay, we are not till exactly all the numbers inside this are prime or not. For that one we can do other task here, but anyway, with the help of these we can form these numbers, we can form this set of numbers. So for that what I need to do here, so initially I want to take one more array of the type just I'm taking the array is some b, I'm taking whose length is some thousand. Hmm. So just I have to store all these prime numbers within this array and use some index k is 0, and just write here p of k is equal to b of k equal to, just write I and increment the k value. So when I have to do this here, if it is prime number I am doing. That's why I'm taking one more extra braces here. Okay. So now b of k equal to I, k plus plus, then I'm closing this. Okay. Now, so now the array B, B is it's consisting of all the first list. Okay, first list. And once again, I want to verify it is having all the elements or not. I less than K, I plus plus, printf, percentage D, some space, B of, I'm writing B of I. Let us verify. Giving 240, then I'm getting all the prime list. Okay, first task is finished. And what is the second task? What is the second task? You see, so I want to combine this 2 with the 3 here. That means if I'm adding, if it is decimal numbers, 2 plus 3, I'm getting 7. But actually, I want to concatenate 2 with the 3. When the concatenation is possible here, if numbers are string, we can concatenate. But if the numbers are integer means, we will get the sum. So that is why what I am doing here, I have to convert, I have to make them this entire list of elements into a character type, decimal to character type. So for that reason, I am using one header file here, hash include stdlib.h. Stdlib.h is the header file which consisting of some a to I to a functions. Generally, a to I means string conversion of string to integer. I to a means integer to string functions. Okay. So I want to utilize first I to a function. So that is why I'm doing here I to a of, its a syntax is basically the input type. The input first element of array I need. So that is why I'm taking b of I. But I want to store this. I want to store this equivalent character. So that is why. So I want to store that equivalent, this equivalent string. So that is why. Um, that is why I'm taking here a character temp. I'm taking here. I'm taking a string like this. I'm taking temp is my temporary strings, and inside that I'm storing all these elements here. Now each I have to convert each and every integer into the string type, so that is why I'm taking this tmp. Okay. And after taking this, here, so we are converting decimal to, strings type. So what is the radix of decimal here? 10. So that is why I'm taking this. Basically the I2A function is having three arguments. First one is number, decimal number, and second one is converted string, and third is the radix. If you are converting into decimal, use 10. If you convert into binary, use 2. And if you convert into hexadecimal, 16, or octal, take 8. Anything. Okay. Now, after completion of this, what I am doing here, I want to store all this. I want to store all these strings in one string array. I want to store all this in one string array. So that is why, so that is why, so I'm taking a string array here. I'm taking a string array and whose size is also some 1000. See, it's nothing but it is a two-dimensional. String is nothing but we are storing all the strings in this. So that is why I'm taking a pointer which is pointing to the string type. Okay. Now, what I need to do? So what I need to do? So I have to assign. So first, I have to provide. Okay, this right now temp is having. Right now, the temp is having. Right now, this temp is having the equivalent string here. Actually, the decimal, whatever the two we are having here, that is converted into string type that is available in the temp. Now, what is my intention here? So I am using str_dupe function. So I have to assign. I have to assign this temp to in the str of I. That means what? In the first index of stri will be the equivalent string of the array. So now, what is my our main motto here? So I want to convert all these. Okay, this is right now here integer array. Convert it into string array. So I have to convert two into some string type and store into some string array. Okay. Now, by using this here, after completion of this here, I can convert each and every. I can convert each and every integer into the string type. If you want to verify this, just see. I'm taking again. So I equal to 0 and I less than k I'm taking and I plus plus c. So now if I'm giving here format specifier percentage s, some space I am giving, and after then I can write str of I. See, if it will give all the output means I am converting all the integer into the string type. Like 240 I'm giving here. So see 2, 3, 5, 7, 13, 17, 23, 31. But actually, where the what is the functionality of dupe? A dupe is nothing but it can provide the duplicating of the string here, duplicate the string. So its return type is some pointer type. So anyway, where actually this dupe is available inside the string.h. So that is why I have to use here the string.h header file. So now, so because of this here, if previously I'm not included string.h, so that's why I'm getting some warnings. So now see, if you are observe here, I'm not getting any warnings here. So I will get the expected output here. So now see, in the first scenario, I'm printing all the integer array elements, but in this case, I have to convert into the string type I'm printing here. Okay. Now, once after converting, all the integer array into the string type, then we have to make a list like this. We have to concatenate each and every one, each and every number with the other. So concatenate. So concatenation is done easily in the case of in the case of string. So that is why what I am doing here. So temporarily I am taking here strcpy function. Str I have to store str of I is temporarily into the temp. So now, okay. So, sir, why you are storing this means what? See, if I am concatenating, concatenating means what? So the actual original content can be modified, but for doing another purpose here, see, I have to concatenate here. Suppose 2 with 3. 2 with 3 means 23 will form. For the next number, 23 is concatenate with the 5. But actually, I need 2 as it is. It can't be modified. So that is why I'm using some. I have to store. So I have to store temporarily the str of I into the some temp. Okay. And next, take one more loop. like j is 0 and j less than k I'm taking here and increment the j value here. So what we have to do here? See, we have two problems we are facing here. Okay, what are the problems here? So I am taking here directly. I have to take one array global declaration. I am taking one array as globally. Why means what? I have to utilize this function for. I have to utilize this function for. I have to utilize this array for remaining functions also. That is why I'm declaring globally. Okay. And now what I am doing here? So I have to take one more variable called L is initialized with 0. Immediately I'm storing a. I'm storing a of L is it equal to. I'm storing a of L is it equal to. See, immediately I'm concat here strcat of. I have to concat str of I comma str of j. See, we are concatenated here. We are concatenated two numbers. Nothing but we are converting those two into string. Again, we are concatenate. Okay, no problem. But the problem is that we are taking integer array. How we can store this character string into the integer? So that is why I have to use one more function a to I here. A to I, what is the need of a to I? Convert the given string into the again integer type. Again integer type. Okay. Once conversion is over, then I'm pressing L. Okay. Now after completion of this here, see, already I told. So again, I have to do the modification. Same thing here. What I'm doing here after completion of first concatenation, again I'm storing the temp into the actual place. So that is why I'm doing this. See, if we are not using these two statements, if I'm not using these statements means, so first of all I'm taking 2 3 5 are there. So I'm getting first 2 3, next to 5, next immediately I'm getting 235, but actually our requirement is what? 2 3 2 5 our requirement. So that is why, so I have to make okay, so first of all I have to store this into the some temp, and after getting this 23, again I have to, okay, assign this temp into the str of I. So like this, if I'm doing this means what? I can form multiple numbers like this. I can form the multiple numbers, but there is a problem. See, if I'm taking this means what? 2 is combined with like 2 itself here. 22 we will get 33. Like there may be chance of 55, 77 will be also formed. So to avoid that, I'm doing here, if I should not be not equal to j, then only I can perform. Then only I can perform. Okay. So why I'm taking this here? Why I'm taking it? If if it is satisfy this condition only, if it is satisfy that condition only, then I can do this modifications. Otherwise, you may chance of getting duplicates like 22, 33, 55, 77, like 11, 11. The duplications are will come. So that is why I have to avoid. So we are doing the cardinality. We are doing the cardinality mechanism. That means 2 is formed with 3, 2 is formed with 5, 2 is formed with 7, 2 11, 2 13, 2 17, 2 19, 2 23, 2 29, 2 31, 2 37, like that. Second scenario 32, 35. I want to get the list of. Okay. Now see, if you want to print, so if you want to print the complete list, if you want to print that complete list, and you can also verify here. So I'm taking I equal to 0 and I less than, here L I'm taking, and I plus plus.
I plus plus, and I'm printing percentage d some space. Yeah, I am writing here. So now if I'm excluding this, so I'm not declared j, I think. Okay, now see if I'm giving 240, and then I will get the combination of 2 3 2 5 2 7, like I'm getting this combination. Okay, so also here 2 with 3, 2 with 5, 2 with 7, 2 11, 2 13, I will get. Okay, but problem is that here all these numbers are not prime. Okay, all numbers are not prime. So due to that, what I need to do, we have to verify. Okay, we have to verify, we have to filter the list. Filter the list means what? Whatever the new list we are getting here, so we have to verify each and every element is prime or not. Okay, so for that purpose, see, I'm verifying one condition. What is the condition here? Is prime. I have to call each and every number. I have to call each and every number. That's all. So if the list, the elements inside the list is prime only, we can display it. Let us see the expression 240 I'm giving here. So now I'm getting the third list here. Like this already over, and this list I got. But again, some problem is there. What is the problem, sir? If maybe chance of getting some duplicates, so I want to avoid those duplicates also. So that's the reason. That's the reason here. So I'm taking. Mm, so I want to remove some duplicates here. I want to remove some duplicates. So for that reason, just I'm taking again same thing. Already you know how to remove the duplicates from the array. The same procedure I am using here. I plus 1 and j less than L and j plus plus. Next. So if any elements are duplicates here, if a of I is it equal to a of j, then immediately we are providing here, if duplicate will come, have to initialize those values with some minus 1. That's all. Have to initialize those value with some minus 1. So my intention is that, here I have to take one more array here. So I have to take one more array, uh, like the array is I am taking here some, I want to take array, and that is also global type. So that is why I'm taking here one more array. Mm, like I'm taking d, and those values are some 1000. Okay, those values are some 1000. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I want to mm, I want to compare here. I want to remove the duplicates. After removing the duplicates, I have to store all the elements into my new array called d. So that is why uh, what I am doing here. Okay, anyway, here I am removing all the duplicates with this mechanism. Here what I'm doing here, just I have to store here wherever duplicates are there, at that place I am assigned some minus 1. Now here, by using this condition, by using this here, so I have to verify first, if there is no duplicate, means if your input, the input should not be minus 1, and it should be prime, then only we can display it. So by this way here, we are removing the duplicates. 240 I'm giving. So now I'm removing the duplicates also by using this mechanism. But see, we want to store it. We want to store all this after removing here. This is the final list we need. So that is why So I'm taking this array D and store all the elements. I have to store all the elements uh, in some array. I have to take one more index, like some C is initialized with some 0 I'm taking. So like a T of C is equal to, okay, this A of I. And now if this is true, if this is true, then increment the C value and store it. Okay. So finally, the D is the array which consisting of the second list here. And this we are getting. Okay. And after getting this here, after getting those, what we have to do? What we have to do? After getting this, we have to do. We have to find out the smallest and the largest number. So for that reason, so have to take here some min and max. So I'm taking here min and max. Okay. So now I'm taking min and max. Where min is I'm initially initialized with some min and max are both the first element of TRA, and max is also my T of 0. Okay, min and max are this. And after then, with the help of so I'm taking one more index called R I'm taking here. Mm, For R equal to 0 I'm taking R equal to 0. I want to compare, I want to get first of all min and max. So that is my R equal to 1 I am taking, and R less than C and R plus plus. Okay. Then just we have to compare each and every with this min. If any element which is less than minimum is that. So that is why if any element like if D of R which is less than min is D of R. Okay. Similarly, if D of R which is greater than max, then max is D of R. Then max is D of R. Okay, by this way, we'll get the minimum and maximum value. So otherwise, if you want to verify the minimum and max, you can also print it. Print a percentage D, comma min max. So I'm giving the 2 and 40. Then minimum number is 23 and maximum is 3719. Yes, I'm getting 23 and 37. Okay. Now after getting this, what we have to do? After getting this, these are the two inputs. These are the inputs of the Fibonacci series. Okay. So these are the inputs of Fibonacci series means, so I want to take another two numbers called x1, comma x2 and x, and store your x1 as min and x2 as max. X2 as max. Then implement the Fibonacci series logic here for I equal to. So already the two inputs we have given. So that is why I'm taking I from 3. And what is your count? I less than or equal to. It's nothing but the list is consisting of okay, this here the list is consisting of C numbers. So that is why I want to do this up to C. I want to do these iterations up to C and increment the I value. And here x equal to x1 plus x2 and print the value here percentage D sum x. After then your x1 will become x2 and x2 will become x. And then this is the procedure to print a Fibonacci series. To print a Fibonacci series. Okay, now see the example. If I am giving 2 and 40, See, I'm getting some garbage values. Why it is out of range of integer? So that is why what I'm doing here. I have to take my array as here some long thing, and this is also a long integer. Okay, and x1, x2 values also here, and need x1, x2, and x also long type. So that is why I'm taking here long x1, x2, x. Now let us see the output. If I'm doing 240, then actually we have to give here percentage LLD. Then see the output 2 and 40. Okay, you will get the values. So you will get exactly correct value. See, this is the second, the thirdest Fibonacci series, and fourth, fifth. So this is the last Fibonacci series. Actually, the exact requirement is this. We need what? Totally 34. The list is consisting of 34 numbers. We need 34th. Already we are printing two numbers. So here in the first starting, we are doing some subtraction here. N2 minus N1 means N2 minus, already we are printing two numbers. So that is why already we are printing two numbers. So that is why I have to take here I is taken from 3 onwards. My count is this C. So I don't want this print here. I want to print this as last. Now, what is the expected input is this. What is the expected input? The input is 240. The expected output is this. 240. And the expected output is this. See, I'm getting correct on a 240, 1315800668. Yes, exactly correct. And see for the second scenario. What is the second? If input is 30 and 70, then the expected output is this. 30 and 70. The expected one is this. Verify I'm getting correct or not. So 30, 70, 20, 27, 0, 41. Yes, everything is correct. So like this, we will get the output. I'll get the output. So here, just the C I want to give. So for the first thing, what I'm doing here, I'm taking here two arrays of global type int A and int D, and this is the function here. Prime. This function will tell the given number is prime or not. Okay. And first of all, I want to find out. I want to display all the list of prime numbers. So that is why I have to store all the list of prime numbers into the array B. After then, so I have to convert each and every number into the string type. That is why I'm using here I2A function. So what is the need of this here? The concatenation is possible with the strings only. So that is why I'm using this I2A function, where actually I2A is available inside stdlib.h. And I need strdup also. So I have to convert this integer into the string. So that is why I'm taking tmp string type and store that string So after then I'm copying. So after then I have to do some. I have to after converting the string, I have to implement. So after converting this here, so I want to provide the list. I want to provide the list of like this. So for that reason, so I'm applying again. I have to convert. I'm doing the concatenation, convert into the integer type, and finally, so this is for removing the duplicates. It's for removing the duplicates, and this is for, and it is for what here? we have to verify after removing the duplicates, we have to verify that is prime or not. So for that reason, so finally with this I will get the D is the array which consisting of all the second list. Mm. And store count how many number of prime numbers, that is C value, and that many primes, that many the number of Fibonacci terms we have to display. But see, what is the minimum value? This array minimum is our minimum. What is the maximum here? This array maximum value is maximum. So again I have to implement this task for computing minimum and max. After getting my min and max, okay, and this is the Fibonacci series. I know x1 and x2 values. This is min and min and max will be x1 and x2, and implement the Fibonacci series. But I want to print up to this C many number of terms. Okay, so I want exactly the last terms, but not all the terms. So that is why I have to print the x value at the last time, x value at the last time. Okay, so this is the final. And if you have any queries this code here, please mail to me, and you can call to me also, no problem. Okay, thank you everyone.